All right, ready?
Mine are down to my knees, so it doesn't matter.
Looks great. Thank you so much. No problem.
Which way? Which way? Is that good? Oh, wait a minute. Gotta show your head. How are you?
Hi there, guys.
And the key is to embrace the chaos.
I'm not even going to You got to walk on the
Okay.
Yeah. What a beautiful family. What a beautiful trip. I don't know you, but I feel like I do.
It's a great night.
Okay, I guess it's our turn.
It is our turn. I'm excited. This is going to be a great evening, Vince.
Hello, Facebook. All right, Vince Vitrano here along with my pal Elise Preston, and we're honored to bring you on Facebook Live the red carpet, the entrance here to our first ever Positively Milwaukee award show here at the Harley-Davidson Museum.
And
Beautiful place.
You guys are going to see the behind the scenes right here. So it may be a little chaotic, but just stay in with us. We wanted to just get you to see the sights and the sounds of what's going on here tonight for the Positively Milwaukee Awards. So Vince, I'll let you take it away.
All right, well, we're going to bring in, we'll be filling in with some more information about when you can see the show and all that for the rest of the night. But we have our guests of honor tonight, the man who started this whole thing and the woman who picked up right where he left off. Let me bring in Bill Taylor, our old friend here from today's TMJ4, and Carol Meekins. Bring you both. Come on, let's have you both.
Why do we have to walk the red carpet, though?
You did walk the red carpet.
I'm not
yeah.
good with that kind
Right.
of stuff, but this is wonderful.
It is.
But it's so nice. It's
is.
wonderful. We have the best honorees tonight. It really is. It'll make you cry. It really will.
Well, it's been designed to do that, so that's great. Bill, great to see you. It's been a lot of years since you've been gone. Feels like, what you just told me, 16 years since you've been gone?
It's been about 16. We left in '01, and yeah, here we are again. You know, this feels so familiar, so wonderful. You know, for years we did hosting jobs and MC jobs for other entities who do public service in the community. You know, the Golden Rule Awards for one, and then in our minds we're thinking like, well, maybe we could do this too. And so now it's coming to reality and fruition, and it feels great.
Bill, you started the franchise Positively Milwaukee. It was a phrase that was so, I know, I grew up here. Everybody knew. Bill Taylor, Positively Milwaukee. You did that at a time when it was important to start telling some stories about good things that were happening here.
Well, so much was going on. You know, I covered crime for a long time, 9 years to be exact.
And where are you at?
And I covered mass murderers like Van Dyke, David Van Dyke, and of course Jeffrey Dahmer. And when you read those horrendous things from police reports, you could hardly believe it. So it probably came at a very fortunate time. I was looking for something to say to endear the audience to the 11:30 show that I was anchoring, and I said one day, do something positive, and it began like that. And the closer we got to putting it on the air, we put more faces on the air and told their stories. Yeah.
So, Carol, that was,
It's unbelievable.
you know, a tremendous legacy. But now you were asked to pick that up. I know
Actually, I was not asked.
You weren't asked.
I went in and
You
said, we need to continue positive stories
Well,
to
that's
be
a better
told in
story.
Milwaukee. No, because I really, you know, there were a couple of managers who were like, nah, you know, I don't want you to do it, you know, you're too busy. But I said, no, this is very important because, and what Bill started, and I could see the effect that he had on the community. Wherever I would go, people would call his name and talk about what he has done. And no, he still is a big name in the community. And see, I knew that this was very important. So I'm blessed, first of all, that I've been able to carry on the legacy, carry the torch, and most importantly, though, give people hope because we need it. And it hasn't changed much since you were here, Bill.
Probably not. You know, the best thing we as reporters and anchors can do is take a little empathy in the community when we report and when we interview people. And when you can see your plight through their eyes, that tells you a lot. And I think that's what they feel about Positively Milwaukee.
Let me ask you then specifically about the award show tonight, because we've been doing this for many years. It's the first time we decided, let's bring some people in here. Let's let the community decide and talk about people who are doing, as you used to say, tell me somebody you know who's doing something positive. So they did. They told us, and we decided to bring them here tonight and honor them.
And the beautiful part about this is these are not people who are normally in the community that you see that are recognized. There are some people who get awards all the time. We wanted to find the people who were just doing their job and doing something that weren't seeking the spotlight. And that's what our committee voted on. I did not choose the winners, but I think they did an excellent job in finding people who really just want to do good for the greater good and are altruistic for the right reasons, not because they want something to benefit themselves.
To the person who is positively Milwaukee, when you interview them, it's like pulling teeth. They don't really want to talk about what they do.
True positive.
They take it all in stride, and they go to work, and the positive chips fall where they may, and that's a good thing.
It's so great to see you both. It's going to be a fantastic evening. I can't wait to see the show come together.
Thank
Bill,
you,
welcome
Benny.
back. Welcome home.
Thank
great
you.
to see you.
Thank you for warming up the
Yes,
crowd.
wonderful.
It's so wonderful to see
We'll do
you.
it. All right.
I never get to see you.
Yes.
It's always in the afternoon when you're tired.
If you see
And
me,
be
you're in too early or I'm in too late. So
yeah.
today I'm too late.
Well, it's good
My
to
pleasure.
see you. It's for a
All
good
right.
cause.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
All right, pal. All right. Enjoy the night, Bill. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to our Facebook Live here as we bring you the sights and sounds of behind the scenes at the Positively Milwaukee Awards. We're having a couple audio issues right now, so we're going to take care of those, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, we are back.
Benny.
Sorry about those audio issues, but we're back here live on the red carpet for the Positively Milwaukee Awards tonight. I'm Vince Vitrano along with Elise Preston, and we're bringing you just sort of well, you said it well, like, this is going to be a little chaotic, and that's by design. It's fine. People are coming and going, and we're just kind of catching whoever we see here to bring their stories to you.
And again, so the Positively Milwaukee Awards, they are tonight, but they're going to air next Friday, the 20th, on TMJ4. We just wanted to get you excited about what you're going to see tonight. We're honoring quite a few people in our community who are doing great positive things, going along with our franchise, Positively Milwaukee.
All right, and we got one of our honorees is here tonight. I know you've been catching up with Mr. Harris, so I'll step out and let you talk with him.
Yes, and Dr. Harris, if we could have you over here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And you're being honored tonight. We don't want to give everything away as to exactly why you're being honored, but you have a big smile on your face. What does this night mean to you?
It's important to be recognized. It's important that people noticed work I've done over the past 24 years. And so I'm just honored and privileged that TMJ4 would take the time to do something of this magnitude.
And you're not the only one. There are several people here that are going to be honored tonight. All of you doing a lot of positive things in the community, and all of you are giving back to the city.
Yes, we are. Through public service, through helping other organizations, fraternities, universities, things of that nature. I think that it's important that you remember from whence you've come and help other people get where they're going.
Why is service so important to you?
Because somebody did it for me, and it's sort of paying it forward.
Growing up, to see people do things for you and to help you along the way, how did that make you feel as a young man?
Well, you didn't really notice it. You never really knew those invisible hands that were there to uphold you, and the things in the organizations you were in, the things you learned and the values that you were taught, not really knowing it because they were so good at what they do. And so I've been able to transform that into teaching and helping people and moving people forward in a way that they may not necessarily notice, but later on they can bear fruit.
And so we're behind the scenes right now of the Positively Milwaukee Awards. We don't want to give everything away that's going to air next Friday, but when people sit down and they watch the award show, what do you hope they take away from it?
Each one can help. Just as simple as that you can find that one person and just ensure that they graduate from high school. Social science has shown that if you simply graduate from high school, wait to be a cohesive family, wait to get married in order to have children, and simply get a job, you can not live in poverty. And so my background has brought me from that, following that, something my mother taught me, something being in Boy Scouts taught me, and so that now I can live what I was taught.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Harrison. Again, congratulations. And I'm going to toss it right back over to Vinny, and you have someone else in
All right,
line.
that's fantastic. I know he talked a lot about leadership and everything that's going on in the community. So great to hear from Dr. Harris. And we've got some more of our guests, our honorees, coming in right now. We have Robin and Leroy Harmon. If you all could come, Mr. and Mrs. Harmon, great to see you so much.
Good to be here. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations on being honored tonight. We're so glad that you're here. One of the reasons that you've been chosen, someone nominated you for an award, is your commitment to the children of this community. You've taken in foster children, dozens of them over the years, some of whom you've adopted. Just tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, pretty much, like I said, let my queen do the talking here, but we pretty much over the years, it's been a blessing to be able to reach out to less fortunate children, and through our being together, taking care of kids, we've always had an outreach for families in our heart to do that. And our mission has always been children and families. And so that's why all the years we've done this, it's been nothing but a joy for us to watch these kids blossom, the ones that we've worked with over the years, and to come back and see that they're doing well in their lives now.
Mrs. Harmon, what a crazy household that must be at times. Do you know at the height of things, how many kids did you have in the house? What was the most ever?
10.
Oh my goodness.
10 children. We actually had our adult children who were still kind of hanging around, but for the licensing spaces, we had additional children, and it was just something that it was part of life. This is what it is. So
it feels like you just took on that mission, and there wasn't no in your heart. I mean, there was no way. After you got 5 kids in the house, you might as well have 6, might as well have 7, might as well. What did it matter? You couldn't say no.
Right. It was always the licensing issue for the children. However, we decided to do emergency placements. Emergency placements, you're going to get children in the middle of the night, on the weekends. The rules have changed lately, but we decided this is what we enjoy doing. We ended up adopting a few of those children, even though they were supposed to be emergency placements. However, this is just what we enjoy.
We're so glad you're here. Talk to us about being here at the Positively Milwaukee Awards. What you think it means for this community to do something like this?
First of all, we're just kind of very fortunate to be a part of this in the first place. And what we do is not for any fanfare. We just love what we do. And we're very fortunate.
I know you had to be discovered.
Yeah.
Folks like you don't come out and say, "Look at me, look at me." We had to find you, and we're glad we did.
And it's not about us. It's about the children and families. That's what it's about.
Well, congratulations on being here with us tonight. Have a great evening. It's wonderful to see you.
Glad to be here.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. I want to give you a hug. It's wonderful to see you. Take care. One of the several stories that you'll be hearing a little bit more about here tonight, the Positively Milwaukee Awards. Elise is working on finding our next guests who will be walking the red carpet for us right now. But as we've been talking about, I think actually we talked about it with Bill Taylor. There was a kid who grew up here. Positively Milwaukee was a franchise everybody knew. Everybody knew Bill Taylor and what he was doing to bring positive stories to the community. So it was great to see Bill back here with us tonight to help celebrate these awards. And as Elise was talking about, are you coming back?
Yes, we have some more people to talk to.
I
know you were trying to fill some time.
As Elise was talking about, we're putting together a show. So the awards are tonight. But we're going to record the show and then create a show that we're going to bring to you at another time. So we're just kind of giving you a little taste of what's happening here behind the scenes.
And so we have some more guests
tonight
your turn? With us. Yes,
Good.
If we could have Jan and Donna.
Vinny out, Elise in.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And you both are here on behalf of your brother, who's no longer with us. But you both have big smiles on your face. What does this night mean to you?
Wow, just an opportunity to continue to celebrate and honor my brother, Mark Scholes. It's been a healing process for us being a part of the Positively Milwaukee Legacy Award, having the opportunity to continue to share Mark's stories.
And because you just lost him earlier this year,
Right.
correct? And you nominated him, Jan. Why was that so important for you to be able to, you said you wanted to be able to share his legacy, but why was it important to nominate him?
There was so much that we didn't know as a family until we stood in line at the memorial for my brother. As people came through, they shared stories with our family about how my brother was charitable and how he was kind. And we didn't know those stories as a family. We knew a few things, but nowhere near the amount of charity and kindness that my brother showed so many people. And so I felt that he really fit the criteria of the Legacy Award.
And Donna, as you were kind of just after his death, after the funeral, as you're kind of figuring out what all he did for our community, and people are coming in saying, oh, he helped us, how did that make you feel?
Well, my heart was just so full because Mark had a very large personality and a very unique man. And I always knew that, and I was so grateful to hear other people recognize that. And I'm just so happy that we get to share that with everybody and just celebrate who he was and be happy about it.
And I don't know if Facebook Live can picture like your eyes right now. They're just sparkling. What are you thinking right now?
I'm just so happy. I'm happy and I'm sad. It's bittersweet. I miss him every day. And he just left a huge handprint on my heart. And it's just really nice to celebrate him.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Do you feel Mark tonight? Do you feel his presence here tonight?
I do, and here's why. I received the phone call that my brother was a finalist for the Legacy Award on his birthday. And when I got that call, I burst into tears just because I just felt that it was meant to be. And it's here at the Harley Museum, and my brother rode a Harley, and so it's kind of come full circle that this is meant to be.
A very special night, and you guys are going through it, and we're not showing everyone right now what's going to happen. They have to wait until the 20th to see what plays out with the Legacy Awards. But what are you hoping people take away from the night and what Mark left behind?
I just hope that people, if they have the opportunity, they make the opportunity to give back. It's a matter of time, giving a little bit of time of yourself for other people. And I think that the idea of paying it forward is a pretty awesome way to live.
And what about you, Donna? Do you share the same sentiment?
Oh, of course. But in addition to that, he lived life, and he loved life, and he had fun. He worked hard. He was a really hard worker. He taught me about work ethic, but he also taught me how to have fun. And I hope that people learn that too, that it's good to work hard, but it's really good to have fun too.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us, and thank you for sharing Mark's story. And I'm so excited that so many other people in Milwaukee will be able to see Mark's story as well.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That story was, a tearjerker, definitely, when you watch the video.
Oh, my
I can't wait
gosh.
for people to be able to see it, because it sounds like he was just a wonderful man. I'm so glad his family's here to share that tonight.
Oh my gosh, powerful testament.
Right.
And all of the people who are being honored are just incredible. We watched the videos of the people being honored, and I cried when I was at my desk, Vinny, and saw them for the first time. I mean, such powerful stories of things that are happening right here in our backyard.
Right. Well, Positively Milwaukee Awards are tonight. We're bringing you the red carpet here live on Facebook, and you'll be able to watch the show. You had the date, right? The 20th?
On the 20th.
On the 20th, okay.
On TMJ4.
I'm going to bring in another one of our honorees here tonight, and his name is Katanga Alexander. He's a teacher in the area. Katanga, come on in. Great to see you, man.
Congratulations
on being here and being part of this tonight. What school are you at?
Right now I'm at the Alma Center, which we do adult classes.
And one of the things that I noticed about your story is so many people talking about your leadership and your commitment and the fact that you stick with people. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, consistency is one of the things that I value a lot, and I believe that whatever I do, I try to be consistent with the actions of it. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times when you do something, you have situations that arise that may cause setbacks. If you're not consistent, you will stop there. But if you are consistent and you go through the troubles, the other side of it will have the benefits that you anticipated in the first place. So I like to stay consistent in things, especially when it's trouble.
Well, I was going to say, many of the adults that you're educating have had issues and setbacks in their lives, and they come to you now and they're looking for another chance. And I imagine that consistency, just knowing this guy's going to be there for me. You have to build up some level of trust.
Absolutely. We all have trauma, and one thing to address our trauma is to provide safety. And what I mean by safety is giving somebody the environment where they feel safe to grow. I like to provide that environment for just about everyone that I'm around because I would like for people to provide that environment for me.
Of course. Well, talk about being here tonight, Positively Milwaukee Awards. You know, you were nominated. It's not like you were over here waving your hand saying, look at me and look at what I do. Tell us how special that is, though, to be recognized. It's all right, right?
It's it is an amazing feeling. It's humbling. And when people talk to me about it, I feel like shy about being as happy as I am about it. But it is an amazing opportunity to, one, be recognized, but two, also to pay it forward and explain how my recognition is passed out to other people, or even how did I get here.
Mm-hmm. What can you do with this tonight? I mean, what sort of platform will this give you to help grow that message? And I know you get a little chunk of change, too, to do a little something positive in the community. Have you given thoughts of what you're going to do with that?
Absolutely. I want to donate my chunk of change to Our Next Generation, which is an organization in the Milwaukee community designed to help promote and foster the educational experience to youth. I feel like that goes hand in hand to my mission of providing the utmost or the best experience to those seeking education. And this organization does just that.
Can you just, last thing, talk about Positively Milwaukee? I grew up here, and you've been here a long time. Like, you know that franchise. Remember Bill Taylor and telling those stories and what that means to you as someone from around here?
Absolutely. Well, I was born in Milwaukee, so I'm very familiar with Positively Milwaukee. But it always seemed like something that was in fantasy world. Like, being here in this experience right now really brings it all into the fold. Mm-hmm. This is such a great thing for Milwaukee, actually for humankind, and to be able to participate in it is also, it's a humbling feeling, but it's also a rewarding thing because you can use yourself as a platform to now distribute your message on a much bigger plane than previously.
Well, we're glad we could help you have that opportunity. Katanga, congratulations. Great to see you, and enjoy yourself this evening.
Thank you.
All right, Elise, come on back in. We got some more guests here.
All right, yeah, and Vinny, just if we could just do a recap of what we're doing right here.
Sure.
Tonight, we are having the Positively Milwaukee Awards here with today's TMJ4, and they're not going to air until Friday, so folks can't see them until Friday at home, or next Friday, October 20th. But we just kind of wanted to get people amped up about the awards and give them the sights and sounds of what's going on behind the scenes.
So Bill Taylor started the franchise many years ago. He's here tonight to share in the awards and is going to receive an award himself. Carol Meekins then took over the franchise after Bill left some 16 years ago from today's TMJ4, continuing to tell those positive stories. And they can really be anything. I mean, we get suggestions all the time. I'll even get emails, we think this would be a great Positively story. Over to Carol. She's got an inbox full of it, but she's still out there telling those stories. And so what we decided we wanted to do as a station and as a community is bring some of these folks in here and let's honor them in person. Let's make an award show out of it and just have a good night.
And so we're honoring several people tonight, and we have one of the honorees with us. If we can talk to them real quick. I'm joined now with Colleen Delisle. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you are our youngest honoree. How old are you, Colleen?
I'm 17 years old.
17 years old. You've done amazing work, not just here in Milwaukee, but all over the world. For people to just kind of step aside and say thank you, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like I take pride in what I do, especially being recognized for something that I had no idea you could be recognized for. I just thought it was some, work I was doing to better other people's lives and help them out. It just kind of makes me feel good about who I am and makes me take pride in the work I do.
At 17 years old, to be honored, you've been doing this for a long time, service. Why do you do what you do?
I honestly just started out as a kid, just going with my family, going to a church in Milwaukee to do some work, just thinking it was fun work, just playing with the kids there, having some fun, didn't really think much of it, but I honestly just love working with other people and love being able to help them, with whatever they may need.
Growing up, what lessons did that bring for you to be able to help other people and give back?
It definitely taught me to, don't take things for granted, be proud of who you are, use everything you have, use the resources around you, don't think lesser of someone because their education isn't as good as yours, or, you can be friends with whoever you want, you can make relationships with whoever, it doesn't matter what you have, it's who you are as a person.
And your mom is standing right over here. If we could bring her in, Shell, if you could just join us real quick. You must be so proud of this young lady right here.
I definitely are. Both my husband and I are very proud of who she's become.
What are you feeling right now?
Just very proud of her. She really is very giving, and I know she's embarrassed by being here because she, like she said, she didn't know you could be recognized. But I see her in Milwaukee, I see her in Haiti, I see her in South Dakota, and I always see her surrounded by other kids. And that's what I like, is that she has so many friends from so many different areas and backgrounds, and she cares about them all equally. So
what are you hoping Colleen's story shows other kids in Milwaukee, and not just in Milwaukee, but in South Dakota and in Haiti?
Well, I think Colleen said it herself once in a speech. She said it doesn't matter who you are or where you are, you have something to give. It doesn't matter your age. Everybody has something to share. And so I think that if something were to come of people seeing what she does, it's that anybody can make a difference. Even just in a single day, you can make a difference in somebody's life. And maybe she'll encourage other kids her age to realize they're not too young to do it, that you can do it at any age.
And Colleen, the awards are tonight, but people won't be able to see what happens until October 20th, which is next Friday. But what do you hope that people take away from watching the award show?
I hope that they take away that you don't have to, like she said, you don't have to be someone special to get out in your community and do some work, whether it's something as little as going to a food pantry and helping out there, or, you know, doing something as big as a coat drive or a book drive. You can be anybody, and whatever you have to give is enough. So I'm hoping that'll help people to just see that there is stuff to be done in the community, and no matter what, you can help out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations. And congratulations to you too, Mom.
Thank you.
And Vinny, so we just heard from our youngest honoree. There are several honorees, all amazing stories, all incredible work, and the stories are very different about what they do and how they've impacted Milwaukee, our community, the world.
I like what she said when you were talking with her about, my message is you don't have to do a lot.
Yeah.
Just get out there and try, So I think sometimes that's something that keeps people from maybe volunteering, is like, well, I don't have 20 hours a week, or I don't have 10 hours a week. We don't need 10 or 20, Just do it that one time. And if it's a one-off, then it's a one-off. But just something to get out there and try. I tell you, we hear from people all the time that once they start, they can't give it up, whatever it is. So you'll find the time if it's important.
Absolutely. And this is the first year that we're doing these Positively Milwaukee Awards, Vinny, but you grew up in Memphis. You grew up on the franchise. What does this mean to you, not just as an employee of TMJ4, but as someone who grew up watching these stories?
Well, like I said to Bill Taylor when he came in, Positively Milwaukee, Bill Taylor was a thing. People talked about it. When I first got back home here and started working at TMJ4, they're like, yeah, you ever see Bill Taylor around? Positively Milwaukee. I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, I see him. But it's a tremendous legacy, and guys like Bill who were here for a long, long time, made an impact on the community, were certainly, for me, a lifer and inspiration. So, if I can hang around as long as Bill did and do half as much of the work that he did and make that impact, I think it's inspiring. It's great to see him again tonight.
And this award show is such a huge night for us here at today's TMJ4 and Milwaukee. Bill Taylor traveled back in from Georgia for,
I think so,
for
right?
these first annual, or the inaugural Positively Milwaukee Awards.
Yeah. Well, I've got another guest here, one of our final honorees that we have to meet yet tonight.
Oh, exciting.
So I'm going to bring Sharon in right now. This is Sharon. I think I'm going to get your name right. It's Wilczynski, right?
You did that
oh,
right.
Wonderful, right?
Shin, yeah, you
very
got
well.
that.
Well, I know one of the things that people have nominated you for is your work feeding the hungry here in our community. Tell us a little bit about a lot of years working at a food bank.
24 years. I've been working in the food pantry and Racine at Holy Communion. It's something that kind of grows on you. I could just volunteer one day a week, and it just kept more and more and more, and now it's a full-time job.
It's funny because Elise was just interviewing our youngest recipient, and she said something to that effect. She said she wanted her message to be that you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to do a lot. Just get out there and do a little something. It sounds like that little something got you started on this lifetime, really, of giving.
It does. It's like the more you give of yourself to others, the more you want to give. And so it's almost contagious. I have volunteers that have done the same thing, where they've just started one day a month, and they're doing more and more. And there are over 100 volunteers in the food pantry that keep it going. And there's something going on 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. Some volunteers doing something so that we are ready to open on Monday and Friday afternoons.
To the people you serve, what does it mean to them to have you and to have your volunteers there in the community, there to help take care of them?
They're very grateful. They have a difficult time making it from month to month. A lot of them are working, but they just can't make it through the end of the month. So we're there, and we also have papers or information that we can give out to our clients that have meal sites on them. We encourage them to go on food stamps, which would help just a little bit. But it means a lot to them. I mean, when you get hugs and you see tears because you've given them, say, a turkey for Thanksgiving or something, it just warms your heart. And sometimes you get a lump in your throat and you can't talk, but you know you're doing good. Some of the folks whom we interviewed about you obviously had glowing things to say about you, but they admired your dedication, how long and how hard you have been at this, and just that you seem to have this tireless energy about you to continue to serve. I do. It's when I wake up in the morning, it's just the thing I want to do. I don't like weekends because I don't get to go into the food pantry. I like getting up in the morning. It's something to look forward to. The planning, the organizing, and honestly, the volunteers. They are honestly the backbone of the food pantry, because without them, there's no way this would be possible. Well, I know probably being honored for this is not something that you wanted to bring on yourself, so I know you're a little uncomfortable with all the attention, but can you talk about what it's like being here tonight and to be honored for what you're doing? Well, it's a horrendous honor, and it's exciting, and it's fun, honestly. I mean, we're a lot of fun here. Look, yeah. We got lights and cameras, and it's good times. It is a lot of fun, and I'm very touched by this. I really am. I did not expect anything like this. It's not something I do to be recognized. It's something that I just do because I want to do it. So it means a great deal. Well, congratulations. I hope you have a wonderful night, and we're so glad you're here with us tonight. Thanks. All right, so that's, I think, Elise, our last nominee or our last award recipient here that we have to speak to tonight. Yeah, we spoke to everyone. It was such an honor just to talk to them and hear their stories. We saw videos and interviews with them, but it's amazing to hear from them right up close. Right. Again, Positively Milwaukee Awards will air October 20th, next Friday, on today's TMJ4. And one thing that we did not mention, well, a couple of things we didn't mention, Jabari Parker is going to be here tonight. That's right. He is going to be receiving an honor as well. Wasn't able to make the red carpet part, but he will be a part of our show and receiving his award. So I'm excited to hear what he has to say. Absolutely. And another thing, too, with these honorees, they're still giving back, even being honored, because they're getting some money donated to them, and they're going to donate it to charities. So it'll be nice to see what charities they pick. Well, right. I think I was talking to Katanga, our educator, the guy who works in continuing adult education, and he had said that he had something picked out, but he was going to do youth education, like was going to be his thing. So they're not necessarily just taking that piece of money and putting it into whatever they're known for. They're also like trying to find out where else can I help in the community. Yeah, they're giving it to other organizations. What I think is a novel and awesome idea, because you're hitting so many organizations by having this Positively Milwaukee Award show. All right. I know you were just talking to Marcus, who's in charge of everything. So what's happening here now? We all done, Marcus, with the Facebook? Like, do we have to eat? It's time to eat? All right, it's showtime. Okay. Well, we're glad you were with us for this Facebook Live. We hope it got you excited about our award show coming up. And Elise has had the date, the 20th, right? The 20th. All right, that's coming up a week from Friday on today's TMJ4. You get to see our Positively Milwaukee Award show. For now, that's it from the red carpet. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.